Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 8 Monday Night Football prediction between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the Pittsburgh Steelers injury report, starting with wide receiver Roman Wilson. Then moving on to linebacker Tyler Matakevich with a hamstring injury. Linebacker Nick Herbig with a hamstring injury as well. Center Zach Frazier with an ankle injury. Tackle Dylan Cook with a injury, and running back Cordell Patterson with an ankle injury. Then we move on to quarterback Justin Fields with a hamstring injury. He is questionable for this game while the rest of them are out. And then we move on to DeMonte Kazee, safety with an ankle injury. Safety Deshaun Elliott with a back injury. Cornerback Deontay Jackson with a shoulder injury. Keanu Benton, defensive lineman with a calf injury. And tackle Michael Pruitt with a knee injury. Now, obviously, the last remaining players I mentioned, they will play. Justin Fields will not be playing. He will be the backup. So, although he will be attending the game, that's for sure. But he will be the backup to Russell Wilson. And realistically, when it comes down to it, it's the offense that's going to struggle. Roman Wilson, Dylan Cook, Zach Frazier specifically, the center. That's going to be a very major loss for the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line. And also Cordell Patterson being a very good running back, but they do got Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, so I'm not really that big on that one. But in the end, they're going to have a tough time against the New York Giants offensively because of the reasons of their injuries, specifically to Zach Frazier and Roman Wilson. Otherwise, I think they'll be fine. Now, moving on to the offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers, we got quarterback Russell Wilson, running back Najee Harris, wide receiver George Pickens, Van Jefferson, and Calvin Austin III, tight end Pat Freiermuth, left tackle Dan Moore, Isaac Seumalo at left guard, Ryan McCollum, I think that's how you say his name, is the center replacing Zach Frazier, right guard Mason McCormick, and right tackle Broderick Jones. When it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, like I said, that center is going to be an issue. But honestly, as long as the Pittsburgh Steelers have the holes open for Najee Harris right up the middle, I think that they got that good. As long as they can protect Russell Wilson, I think they've got that on track as well to be a very good offense. Honestly, Russell Wilson did a very good job, so I'm expecting him to do similarly against the New York Giants, or even better. And when it comes down to it, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be a tough team to beat. Now, on to the defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers, starting with defensive ends Larry Ogunjobi and Cameron Hayward. Defensive tackle will be Keanu Benton. Weak side linebacker is TJ Watt. Inside linebackers Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. And Alex Highsmith will be the strong side linebacker. Corners are Deontay Jackson and Joey Porter, with Benny Bishop as Beanie Bishop, I don't know how you say that, will be the nickelback. Minka Fitzpatrick will be the free safety, and Deshaun Elliott, the strong safety. Now, when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, they're going to have a pretty decent time against New York Giants. It's going to be tough now that they got Malik Neighbors back, so that's going to be an issue for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Otherwise, they're going to do a pretty good job, and I don't expect really much of an issue for the New York Giants. But the Steelers, although you got Unjobi, you got Hayward on that defensive line, you got Watt and Highsmith coming in for the blitz, I'm thinking that this is going to be a tough game, at least for the quarterback, if he does not let go of the ball quick enough, because, yeah, those players coming at you, you're going to get your head ripped off. Now, moving on to the New York Giants injury report, we got punter Jimmy Gilman with a hamstring injury, cornerback Adoree Jackson with a neck injury, and linebacker Ty Summers with an ankle injury. They're all out for this game. Then we move on to corner Cordell Flott with a groin injury. He is doubtful for the game. And then on to Trey Hawkins III and Jermaine Illuminor, a corner and a guard, with an ankle and a hip injury respectively, both questionable for this game. Then we move on to defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence with a hip injury, linebacker Brian Burns with a groin and Achilles injury, wide receiver Bryce Ford Wheaton with an Achilles injury, wide receiver Jalen Hyatt, I don't know if that's how you say it, with a rib injury, safety Dean Belton, with a calf injury, and guard Jake Cubas with an abdominal injury. Now, when it comes down to it, obviously the last players I mentioned, they're going to play. And when it comes to the questionable players, they're both going to play. And I do expect Cordale, I think that's how you say it, he'll be missing this game 100%. And honestly, the defense is going to miss a few guys, Adoree Jackson and Ty Summers and Flott, if he does not play. But other than that, yeah, there are also going to be some pains with Illuminor, I think his name is. He is going to be, or was going to be playing the right tackle position if he plays at all. So that's a big loss on the right side of the field. So that's going to be a tough time for the Giants offense, especially with Highsmith or Watt coming on that side. So you never know. But for now, I'm thinking that their defense is going to suffer the most. Now, on to the offense of the New York Giants, starting with quarterback Daniel Jones, running back Devin Singletary, wide receivers Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, and Wan'Dale Robinson. Then we move on to tight end Theo Johnson, left tackle Joshua Ezezudu, I don't know if that's how you say it. John Runyon will be the left guard. John Michael Schmidt will be the center. Greg Van Roten will be the right guard, and Jermaine Illuminor will be the right tackle, but if he cannot go, Evan Neal will take over. Now, when it comes to the New York Giants offense, they are not going to perform well against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I think that this defense is going to be pretty tough. Like, your main source of offense would be Devin Singletary and potentially Malik Neighbors, potentially Wan'Dale Robinson. These are the guys that most likely will be succeeding in this game. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to be seeing Daniel Jones get sacked probably 8 to 6, maybe 5 times in this game. Otherwise, yeah, because realistically, it comes down to the offensive line. Do you really confide in Ezudu or Illuminor or even Neal actually protect against TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith? Yeah, I don't think so. So I'm thinking that the New York Giants offense is going to suffer due to the fact that not only they have to face against those two players coming off the edge, but they also have to worry about who is going to make the play for Daniel Jones. Now moving on to the defense of the New York Giants, starting with defensive ends Raheem Nunez Roches and Elijah Chapman. Dexter Lawrence is the nose tackle, weak side linebacker Brian Burns, inside linebacker Bobby O'Rourke, with Micah McFadden at inside linebacker. Strong safety will be Izzy Ojulari, Nick McLeod, and Deontay Banks as the corners, Drew Phillips as the nickelback, Jason Pinnock as the free safety, and rookie Tyler Nubin as strong safety. Now, when it comes to the New York Giants defense, I'm pretty sure that they're going to do a pretty good job. And honestly, it's going to be tough, though, because yes, you got Dexter Lawrence against a honestly fresh, or I don't really know the word I'm looking for right now, but to be honest, that center coming in for Zach Frazier is the best thing for Dexter Lawrence because, like, first of all, how many times do you get to change a center out before a game? So, and Dexter Lawrence is a very good nose tackle, so there's no doubt in my mind that he will do things in this game. But when it comes down to it, he's facing off against a new center for the Steelers, which is going to be a tough time for the Steelers. And then when it comes to the linebacking core, it's okay. Maybe Ojulari and McFadden do a few plays, and then honestly, the safeties and the corners are going to be decent. And as long as they keep the Steelers' passing game in check, all they have to do is make sure that the running back, specifically Najee Harris, doesn't get open from the middle of the field. Now, in conclusion, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 24-17. I think that the Giants will fall short. I think Russell Wilson will be popping in this game with 2 touchdowns on the day and over 300 yards passing, while we see Najee Harris break 100 yards rushing and a touchdown on the day. So yeah, and we're going to be seeing a pick from the Daniel Jones-led offense and a fumble recovery for the Steelers by TJ Watt. That is what I believe will happen, and honestly, it's not really that much of a big deal for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're facing off against the New York Giants. Although this could be considered a trap game, so you never know. But in the end, I think the Steelers will win. Now that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe and hit the notification if you want more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.